What grossed you out so much in a relationship that you just left? Dated a girl for a while, always seemed really well put together. Nice clothes, hair, and makeup. We usually hooked up at my place. Went to her apartment once. That smell when she opened the door should have been enough. There were dirty diapers, overflowing trash cans in every room of the house. There was a super small walkway through the mountains of dirty clothes to the bathroom. And to make it worse, there were used paper plates on top of the mountain of dirty dishes in the sink. She proudly pointed out a moldy dish and said that it was from when she cooked dinner for 2 of our mutual friends. 3 months prior. Nope, the hell out of there. I'm late to the party, but there was a guy in my social circle that I had crazy sexual tension with. Nothing happened for the longest time. Then one day we bumped into each other in the city, had a few drinks. The tension was unbearable and we went back to his place. An aside, I'd never had that kind of casual sex before. I'm the sort of person that needs to be in a relationship. But the chemistry with him was so intense, he was an exception. So we get to his place. Tearing off each other's clothes. He lies me down on the bed, pulls my panties off, and sees my vagina for the first time. Want to know what he fucking said? He breathlessly said, "Oh my god, you look like a little girl. You're perfect." What the fuck? I didn't know what to say except wait and sort of pushed him away from me. He was confused. I wasn't about to explain. I called a cab home and it was exceptionally awkward. When she doted on my kids as though they were hers/ours but treated hers like they no longer existed or mattered. Massive red flag. I was so happy to get out of that relationship, but years later I feel badly for her kids and pray everything turned out well for them. The swastika I found under her left tit. He was on trial for manslaughter and I didn't know until he was found guilty. He kept trying to call me from jail. Edit, it was kidnapping and manslaughter, but he was only found guilty of kidnapping. My ex used to say, constantly, that she wanted to be inside my skin. It was her way of saying she desired me, but it was fucking weird and off-putting, so I asked her to stop and she couldn't understand what was so uncomfortable about what she was saying. Pretty soon after that I went on a week-long work trip and 3 days into it she called and told me the whole time I've been gone she wanted to cheat on me. Then she asked me if she could see other people while I'm gone. I broke up with her pretty much instantaneously. She was jealous of me spending time with my sister and implied our relationship wasn't normal. I was so grossed out by the implication. Dumped her the best day. It was 2 separate incidents, but long story short, one night she got super drunk at my sister-in-law's house. After spilling a second glass of red wine on my Sill's white carpet, we opted to move her glass further away from the edge of the table. As soon as we left, she screamed, like full-fledged raged, at me for not defending her. The very next time we were together, she got drunk again and accused me of trying to cheat on her. I've never cheated on anyone, and threw her purse at me. I let things calm down and explained to her that I grew up in a house chock full of domestic violence and that was an absolute line in the sand. And for that reason, I was out. Way back when I was 21 I started dating this guy, also 21. I took him to a Lollapalooza in about 6 hours and he had wandered off to the bathrooms and was taking a really long time to pee. He comes out 20 minutes later with this 15-year-old girl who he said just sucked his D***ck and she has a cute friend, also 15, and he wanted the 4 of us to hook up. He found his own way home and never heard from me again. He showed me, with excitement, a box of things he'd been collecting from me without my knowledge. This included strands of my hair taped up neatly, bobby pins and hairpins I had in from prom, my fingerprints and saliva sample that he took out of the trash from our forensics class experiments. He thought this was a romantic gesture or something, but it just made me really realize how creepy and obsessive he is. He was also very controlling and got jealous/mad at me for hanging out with my sister, or spending time on my laptop or with my dog. And he also admitted to me that he stalked my FB interests to pretend he knew and liked what I liked, researching the games I played and music I listened to so he could bring it up in conversation. Total psycho. I showered at his place after staying over and I asked for a towel. He gave me one which had literal skin flakes on. I asked for a clean one. He asked what I meant. He did not realize that you need to wash towels because they just have water on them so they clean themselves. Gonna be honest. I expected more booger eating and less donkey fucking and chemo shaming in here. Gonna have some stuff to process today. Yikes. My ex would threaten suicide anytime things got tough in our relationship. Grossed me out enough that I just called it a day eventually. Cue the desperate calls hours later from the apparent overdose. She's still alive and kicking somewhere though. He had berated me for something silly and he was still angry. When we got home, he wanted sex, I wanted to read. He pressured me, I still said no. He got angry and raised his fist to hit me. I just looked at him. He lowered his fist. I left. I haven't seen him since. It's been a decade. Telling me that he was trying to fuck a 14-year-old in his 20s, raw humped his dog until he was 15/16, grew up making out and fooling around with his cousins and that he accidentally raped a girl. Boys, be brutally honest, what makes a girl attractive instantly? Being naturally funny to the point we can just riff and both be cracking up. Met one girl in my life that would have me constantly dying, so I invited her out to the bar since all our mutual friends were going out. We spent all night just cracking jokes and trolling men who would approach her. Man, I never wanted to pop a ring on someone's finger faster, I swear. Edit. I can't read it too good. I prefer to lurk, to be honest. I think I messed up my response in the thread, so I will throw it in here. Apologies for the late response. I wrote this before I went to bed and have been super busy at work this morning. To keep it private, I'll call her Sarah here. So Sarah and I hung out one more time the very next day at a small gathering at a friend's house. Again, we spent the whole night pretty much making everyone laugh and just having a good, positive, funny-ass time. Good music, good people, lots of drinks to go around and new people to meet. Even met some of her close friends there and we all got along really well. Everyone started to get tired since it was around 5 a.m., so we all made our way back to our cars getting ready to head home. In the parking lot, we exchanged numbers/social media and what have you. We did end up texting a bit, trying to hang out again, but our schedules were a little hectic and couldn't get together. Within a week Sarah went ghost on social media and no longer responded via text. I reached out to one of her close friends, come to find out, we went to the same middle school, and asked what happened to her or if she at least heard from her. Apparently, Sarah had some family drama occur and had to move to the West Coast. She deleted her socials and changed her number. Even her friends could hardly get in touch with her. After that, I never heard from her again. It definitely sucks that it had to end so abruptly like that, but I sure do cherish the experience. I haven't had that much fun and connection with a woman since. Being passionate about something. I love when a girl starts pouring out her thoughts on a favorite topic. Seeing the excitement behind her eyes and increase in animation is super cool. Having a good heart. Building people up rather than tearing them down. Humor. If a girl has a good sense of humor and can make you laugh and also can take a joke, it makes her more approachable and attractive. Whenever they listen to the conversation and contribute. There's a thing of waiting for your turn to talk, and then there's actually listening, adding to the conversation. You should never just be waiting to talk. Listening and understanding another person's point is important to me. Premarital eye contact. Sense of humor, clever wit. Her eyes. In truth, a pretty face and a cute smile. After that, a confident woman is very attractive. Intense eye contact. Kind eyes. Short skirt and a long jacket. Anyway, I wish I could let you into a man's head as he's falling in love with a woman. It's a process that's so alien, so strange, that I'm afraid you've got to experience it to believe it. But it's as real as death and taxes. Sometimes, a guy will meet a gal and think nothing of it. Maybe she's a coworker, classmate, or his buddy's friend. She gets mentally categorized as female, acquaintance, feelings neutral. Then, he gets to know her better. If they mesh personality-wise, something fascinating happens in the man's mind. He starts to notice things about her appearance, pleasant things. It starts small. One day he realizes he likes looking at the curve of her nose, or where her earlobe meets her face. It's nothing he can put his finger on or describe, really, just that looking at that part of her makes him feel good. He starts wanting to do that more. Then, he notices an expression she makes, could be her genuine belly laugh, or the way she furrows her brow in concern, and he gets a little flutter in his chest. They stay friendly for a while, get to know each other better. Then, one day, she hugs him goodbye, and he can't stop thinking about it. He plays it over and over in his head, the feel of her breasts through 2 shirts, her arms around his back, her smell. He finds these little mental movies of her playing unbidden when he's driving somewhere, squeezing out his other usual daydreams. Shortly thereafter, the guy realizes that whenever he looks at this woman, he feels good. He likes her lines, her curves, her sounds, and smells. It's like she's gradually turned from a black and white photo into a 3D color movie with surround sound, a perfect movie that makes him feel good. He starts wondering what he can do to keep her around, to make her happy. He realizes that he likes looking at her more than any other human being in the world. To him, she is perfect and beautiful. A man in love with a woman doesn't see her objectively. There is a filter there, or some kind of participatory illusion. He does not see who you see in the mirror. He is seeing someone beautiful and perfect and sublime, and it's one of the most powerful things in his life. Go watch a happy old couple that's been married for decades. Watch the man's eyes. Sure, he may appreciate some young woman's butt in yoga pants or whatever, but watch his eyes when he's looking at his spouse. If you're paying close enough attention, you can almost see the filter click on when his gaze settles on her. In that moment, he's not seeing the same frumpy empty nester that you or I see, he's seeing something wonderful. No kidding. If I hadn't lived this stuff, I wouldn't believe it either. But it's true. /u/SavageHenry0311 _______________. I found that this comment resonated with me and was so useful I saved it in a note for times like this. I could never explain this phenomena so eloquently. Thank you /u/SavageHenry0311. I'm 53 and dated a fair bit over the years, now settled. I'll be honest, there wasn't one thing that connects them all. Some it was their looks, some their figure or whatever made me think egads I'll give it a try, worst they can do is say no. But, after that initial meeting, it's all about personality. Looks fade with age, but someone who can make your day better and make you laugh is a keeper. Being kind to me. Edit, thank you all so much, you guys have no idea how much this means to me, you guys really restored my faith in the world, thank you. What do couples do when they shower together? My wife and I usually end up having good conversations. Shuffle round and round, taking turns to be cold and warm like fucking penguins. I want hot water and she wants steaming hot water, so we compromise and have steaming hot water. Wash each other's backs. We take the cap off the bubble bath and mix a little bit of every product into it to make a magic potion, smiley face. Bitch about the temperature. It's usually me invading his shower and we just catch up and talk about our day. We don't like shower sex, always think it's a good idea until we remember why it's not. I look at her boobs. One freezes while the other gets her back washed. My hubby and I have showered together our entire 20+ year marriage. Sometimes it's sexy time followed by cleaning, otherwise it's straight cleaning. It's just a bonding time every day for the two of us. We joke around, talk about our days, and just have fun. We sorta hug under the shower head so we are both warm and enjoying the hot water titty reservoir. Then when one is soaping up, they step out of the stream and the other basks or rinses, then we swap. Most efficient. I normally just wash her boobs and butt cheeks because hell yeah. Awkwardly wait there while waiting for my girl to finish with her hair. You gotta suds up your butts real nice like, and then stand back to back, and scrub your butts together. It's divine. It depends how long they've been together. It starts with sexy times, but becomes increasingly cleaning focused as time goes on.